Hi guys, it's Poober and welcome to the first of the 0.17 Let's Plays. I'm starting here in the opening screen because I'm planning on walking you guys through how I pick my gameplay settings this time around. I haven't done this in any of my other Let's Plays, so I want you to be able to kind of walk through this with me if you want to kind of play along in the same type of settings. I still don't have my mind made up yet on quite the settings I want to do, but I figure let's go ahead and we'll experiment with it together. I'm going to go ahead and create a new game here. I am very much so a kind of vanilla hardcore player here. I don't really prefer mods or really altering the game from its natural state too much. So I think I'm going to leave, in terms of like the resources, everything default actually. But let's continue looking along through all of the different tabs up here. I know you can definitely customize the gameplay a lot more than you could with previous versions of the game. Water. I think water might be the one thing I actually do modify. So scale. If we hover over this, it'll tell us how it means we modify it. So if we increase the scale, does that increase the space between water? I'm actually not 100% sure, but coverage, that means we'll have more water on the map, I believe. So I'm going to play around with the water, I think, and we do thankfully have a handy preview button over here, which allows us to actually take a look at it before we commit to it. Trees. I don't remember trees being a feature you could modify in the past. Trees I am neutral towards. You can burn them, you can get rid of them, you can chop them down. I am okay to leave them also at their natural state. Cliffs here though, I don't particularly like playing with cliffs because it's just kind of a barrier to kind of the gameplay I like, which is all, not all, but definitely more focused on aesthetics than I think other players might focus on. So maybe instead of getting rid of them entirely, I can just keep them the same as well. The length of unbroken cliff segments. So, ooh, okay. I think, I'm just too scared almost to modify everything, which I know is kind of silly because A, you can preview it, and B, you can always regenerate a different game map if you don't like the one you end up with. Moisture, okay. So I think these I definitely do want to play with because in the previous Let's Play, which, looking back at it, I think it was, what, over 600 hours, 700 hours, something like that on that map. So we spent those 700 hours basically in a desert. So I'm getting pretty sick of seeing desert. So I think I want to keep it a little bit more moisturized this time around. So scale, let's see. I'm not even really 100% sure what these do. Okay. Controls the distribution of grass versus desert. Okay, higher bias generates more grass. Okay, so let's keep it at 0.25 right now and 150. I think I like that for now. We'll preview it in just a minute here, and then terrain type. Controls the distribution of red desert versus sand. Higher generates more red desert. So let's go ahead and just modify. I think we'll just match them with the moisture setting up there. Okay, enemy. Let's keep that normal. Again, this is just a regular Let's Play. I don't plan on doing anything too fancy with enemies. Starting area size, what does this do? Okay, let's just leave that normal. Enemy expansion will leave normal. Evolution, normal. Advanced, okay. Recipes will keep normal. Technology will keep normal as well. And pollution will keep normal. So I think that is everything. It looks like here is my seed up here to the top. So if you guys wanted to use the same seed with me, you could. I don't know that I for sure will, of course, commit to this for the entire Let's Play series. Did I deal with that? I did. But let's go ahead and start going through the preview here and see what we get to kind of judge what the baseline starts at with my settings that I modified. Ooh, and the interesting thing will be to see if, can I modify this in real time? Oh wow, you can. That is awesome. That is a great new feature. Okay, so I definitely like having the greener background. Oh, and you can even like scroll up and down a little bit. Okay. Terrain type. Let's play with that a little bit, maybe. Again, what does this do? Oh, red desert versus sand. Let's keep that back to where it was, I think. Can we increase the moisture just a little bit more? Ooh, that is so green. Oh, and trees and stuff like that. How was it before? Oh, still a decent amount of trees. Okay, I think let's start with this. We can always click play and then walk around a little bit, which is something I tend to do anyways, just to get a little bit of a better feel than what this map generation preview thing allows me to do. But again, here's a seed up here if you guys want to follow me along exactly with the same map seed, but let's go ahead and just dive right in. And welcome to the world we created. Right away, it is obviously a lot more lush than what I'm used to seeing because we spent the last 700 hours or more between all of the additional like creative mode maps and stuff that I was playing on a desert map. So this is a lot more different looking. I want to say I actually kind of like it though because A, it is a different background than I'm used to seeing. But B, I kind of like the distribution of the colors and stuff like that. We still get a decent variety, so we've got a couple red shrubs over there. We do have a little bit of variety with the cliffs, which we could get rid of eventually if we want to with the cliff explosives, so it's not like we're 100% committed to this. The one thing I kind of forgot to play around when we were in the map generator preview was the amount of water, but I suppose if anything I can just click in the same seed and then just modify the water a little bit if I don't have the chance to edit this a little bit later. What is that? Oh, rocks. I really like this kind of lush foresty looking feel that I have going on here. And let's see, I know we've got more water than this. We saw that in the map preview. I think the water is below and above us. So I plan on just kind of walking around a little bit. Let's try not to get ourselves killed in the first 5 minutes. Or preferably not even aggro any enemies. Look at this really weird looking tree. I know we've had those, but I'm just so not used to this terrain. I'm used to like dead and desert and trees that are all polluted and stuff like that. So it's really refreshing to have such a nice kind of lush looking area to be in. And this is actually I mean, I know I'm not really looking at the resources, but in terms of like the location, I actually kind of do like the starting area. Just a cute little lake nearby, not too much water. We do have, you know, these resources. These are technically the 4 starter resources that we need, all fairly close together. So this actually might be the one, which I think is so surprising to say because this is literally the first map I've really generated with the intent to do a Let's Play on, since 0.17 has dropped. Let's walk a little bit more let's do north. Let's walk a little bit more north, and then I will come back to you guys and tell you if this is the winner or not. Okay guys, it is just now becoming daylight again, and I think I have made up my mind. We will go ahead and at least commit to this map for the first episode of this Let's Play series, although I do reserve the right to change my mind if a different plan for the future base comes about and we need to move maps. But for now, let's go ahead and go back to kind of where the starting area is with that little lake kind of over here in the middle. I like how it's kind of surrounded by cliffs so we can make some natural choke points if needed. And then it's got the cute little lake, like I said, also in the middle there to use for our steam power, which we'll need, of course. It would be nice if we could get steam up and running by the end of today's episode, although no guarantees. I know we've already spent a couple minutes talking about the map settings and stuff like that. I don't want to bore you guys too much or extend the video for too long. But I do know for starters, we're going to need some stone. That is really a critical thing needed for stone furnaces and all sorts of other crap. We can also use some fuel, so let's go ahead and chop down a couple of these trees just to kind of get us started. These trees are pretty cool looking. I don't remember seeing these a lot, or if at all, on the previous map in 0.16. We will have to be wary about the biters over here, so there's already a couple patches, and then even more up there where I explored a little bit further. But let's head down to kind of where the resources are. Namely, the coal is a big one. So I don't remember if it's always started off with a stone furnace. It's just been so long since I've started a new map. I mean, gosh, it's been over a year since we last did like a, starting episode of any kind. So I can't remember what you start with, but regardless, we're gonna go ahead and plop something down for coal, because what I do remember is you need fuel to get everything going. Plop right there. Get that going. Oh, I don't need... Gosh, it's like I'm such a newbie when it comes to, like, starting the game. I need stone. That's what I need. Okay. Actually, let's make a chest. I should have kept some of that. See, you guys, I am a noob when it comes to starting over, because I just hardly ever do it. I commit and then I stay there forever. So, Ew, are there not any big rocks? Come on. Do I have to mine it the hard way? Alright, well, I'm keeping my eye out for some of the big stone boulders around, but there's nothing wrong with just farming a little bit of stone by hand as well. Of course, the nice thing is that now you don't have to actually go ahead and make a pickaxe. It's just kind of naturally an upgraded pickaxe for you when you enter the game. I think we'll stop when we get to 15 or so. 16 for good measure. Okay, there we go. And let's collect some trees along the way. Okay, so what can I make next? Or what do I even need next? I feel... Oh, there we go. Might help if I have the alt feature on. This is all kind of coming back to me a little bit here. But definitely, I know some of you are going to have a better routine for this than I do for sure. So next, what can I even do next? I need to make a miner. Where's my iron? Do I just have no iron? Do I have to delete this? I feel like I'm so just flustered. I feel like we normally have iron. Oh, you know what? I am an idiot. I used our iron to make an iron chest. That was not the best decision. Okay, so this is me doing it on hard mode for sure, you guys. So bear with me. We'll put our fuel in there. Put some more in there. And of course, we'll need to automate it to the point of getting coal or fuel supplied, going to copper and iron up here somewhere. Just at least automate everything. Okay, phew, but we finally have iron. There we go. And then... Can I make another burner mining drill? No, I've got to wait for the iron. I would definitely have more iron if I hadn't spent it all in one place, but that is my bad. So, if you guys are new to the game, don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes and don't spend your iron all in one place when you load into the game. Don't spend it on an iron chest right off the bat. But we do have enough to at least make one more burner mining drill. We can do a couple more furnaces, and then basically we'll just want to rinse and repeat until we get, you know, obviously more automation. I mean, that's the whole point, right? So we'll put our thingy there. Coal will pop out there into the chest. And then we'll definitely want to make more mining drills. And let's chop a few more trees to help out our lone burner miner for iron. So in terms of like mods and stuff, I don't currently have any loaded on this map. That's not to say I won't install some or you know, open them up to this map in the future. Other mods I've used in the past have been like Infinizoom mod or bot water fill, but I don't think you need bot assistance when doing landfill anymore. I think that's now a feature of 0.17, which will be really nice. I've also used Foreman in the past, which is kind of like a blueprint mirror type mod, which is really nice. But we'll see. I don't want to exclude everything. I just want to be very open-minded. Let's get as much iron as possible. Also, if you guys saw me just kind of instantly place down more miners without going into my inventory, the way I do that is by, in my case, I have a key bound where if I hover over this and then click it, it's able to duplicate the item that I clicked, and then you basically have it in your hand and you can place it. For me, I've attached it to my thumb button, but I think in the natural setting it's like U or E or I don't know. But look and see whatever it's bound to, and then that button is a feature for you to do the exact same thing, so you don't have to actually search for it in your inventory. There's also new features in 0.17 where you can, I think it's, I don't even know like how to explain it, but there's ways to kind of set icons kind of like we did as placeholders in the previous versions, so we'll do that eventually too. And we're already gonna need to get more fuel and more stone already. I'm trying to keep my eye out for some, whatchamacallits, for some big rocks we can just mine, which would come in very handy. And usually I can find them all over the place. I wonder if partly why, are they just not very common in green biomes or something? Are they only common in deserts? I don't know. So to save myself the trouble, I am just kind of looking around, but we're getting a little bit close to this patch over here. So I'm keeping my eye out. Gosh, I can't believe we're not running into any boulders. That is so weird. Another thing I'm going to have to keep in mind is that they did do upgrades to the biter settings, and so basically more biters are going to come attack you than in the previous versions once the pollution cap is hit, I guess. And since I tend to be a very slow Factorio player, as you can tell, I mean, I'm just even barely getting up a couple miners. I'm going to have to be very careful with making sure I have some defenses on hand when the time comes. So I guess I'm not in any luck for getting stone, but that's okay. We have the stone patch over here. I'm just going to farm a little bit more. And I feel like this episode is already going a little bit long, so we might have to save getting electricity for the next episode, but let's see as far as we can get. I'm not sure what we have time for. And 15, 16, 17, okay. Gosh, you really can't make much with that, can you? It'd be nice. Ooh, here's what I'm going to do. Since we don't have any rocks nearby, I'm going to prioritize using a miner to get the stone. See, that's smart thinking there. So let's do that. We'll put some of our wood in there. Actually, no, give me back some of my wood. I want to use some of my wood for a box. So we're going to be smart this time. Use a wood box instead of an iron box. And actually, let's just trade that out. There we go. So that's going to do its thing. We're already being smarter than we were just a couple minutes ago. Collect more of the coal there. Ooh, that's running low. And then we can use... There's like a trick people do. They do that, And then that way they just feed each other, and then you get the surplus by just like clicking like that. So we'll do that. We'll let them feed each other. Let's feed our iron miners in the meantime. Oh, I was to say, why can't I place it? But there's already wood in there. There's just no furnaces for the output. So we can thankfully build just exactly 2. And then also for those of you who are new, the easy way to pick up the inventory or like products of certain things is, in my case, I press Control left click over the furnace, and that allows me to pick up the iron without actually having to open the furnace and then pick up the iron like physically like that. So it does save a little bit of time and it's more convenient, especially when you're in a hurry or want to do a speed run or something like that, which if I were to ever do that, I'd have to get much quicker than I currently am. Let's trade this out for coal, I think. There we go. Alright, so at this point I can't make any other miners. I need more stone already. Let's grab a little bit more. And that's doing okay on coal. Alright, 28 stone there. Now the trick is to build belts. So let's see. One thing I haven't considered is I still have not done the Lazy Bastard achievement. So the question is, do I want to worry about doing that? Let's see, where's the achievements? Over here. I've just never really cared for achievements because I've just always prioritized doing other things that I've wanted to do. So, where is that achievement? I don't even know. Oh. Win the game by crafting no more than 111 items manually. Oh my gosh, have I already crafted 29 things manually? Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I'm probably not off to a great start for that. I think I'll worry about achievements later. Let's do an achievements run some other time, but for now, let's go ahead and just kind of finish doing what we're doing. We're doing just fine. Looks like this is out. Oh, why? Oh, weird. That is already mined out. Holy crap. Okay. These are not very rich. Okay, so really the next thing we have to do is start working towards getting everything automated so I don't have to physically place stuff by hand. So really to do that means we need transport belts, and then we cannot automate anything until we start getting science packs, and to get science packs we need of course the copper. It's a huge kind of tech tree that we've got to even work towards, so let's make all of the belts that I can in my pocket. Grab as much iron as we can, and then we can start gradually beginning to prioritize copper. We're just going to do this very casually. And I'll want a stone furnace to go out of there. Let's grab a little bit more stone from over here. Sorry there's so much like running around, but thankfully this is all fairly close to each other. Oops, so that goes there. Fuel. Oh, fuel. Can I grab some more? Goes there. Okay, so we could maybe... Oh gosh, we are way off from having labs. What was I thinking? First, before we can do labs, we need boilers and we need steam engines and all sorts of stuff. I think we're a little ways off, so I think we're going to go ahead and actually end this episode here. I know we didn't get very far, but at least you guys were able to walk through every step of my map generation process and how I ended up picking my map. hopefully we're going to be on this for at least a little while. I don't know for sure my entire end game plan, but once I know, you guys will be the first to find out. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me for the first episode of my 0.17 series, and I hope you guys will stick around for episode 2 that will be coming out, as well as my future Factorio content very soon.